The internet has recently been flooded with a highly sensational and alarming headline claiming that 100 heavily armed individuals wiped out 20 army in Plateau State. You have likely seen this exact title, worded as "Breaking 100 terrorists wiped out 20 army in Plateau," circulating wildly across various social media platforms and video sharing sites over the past few days. When a headline like that pops up on your screen, it is designed specifically to capture your immediate attention, spark widespread panic, and generate massive clicks for the publishers. It paints a picture of a complete security collapse and a one-sided tragedy. However, as responsible citizens who care about the true state of our nation, we must always look beyond the capital letters and the shocking claims to find out what is actually happening on the ground. When we dive into the verified security reports, official community statements, and government press releases from this exact period in March of 2026, we discover a story that is indeed very tragic and serious, but it is entirely different from the exaggerated, misleading narrative being pushed online. Today, we are going straight to the verified facts to uncover the real events that unfolded in the Kanam local government area, the profound bravery displayed by our joint security forces, and the ongoing military operations designed to restore lasting peace to these affected communities. To truly understand the reality of this situation, we first need to look at the geography and the unique challenges of the area where this incident took place. The Kanam local government area is situated in a highly complex geographical zone in Plateau State. It shares extensive, remote border corridors with both Taraba State and Bauchi State. For the past 3 to 4 years, the hard-working, peaceful residents of communities like Gaga, Kyaram, Gyambao, and Wanka have been facing a prolonged wave of insecurity. Because these border areas feature difficult terrain and dense natural cover, they have unfortunately become transit routes and hiding spots for armed criminal networks. These groups frequently exploit the vast, unpoliced spaces to launch unexpected attacks, rustle massive numbers of cattle, and disturb the peace of agrarian families who just want to cultivate their lands and raise their livestock. The local leaders, particularly through the Kanam Development Association, have consistently raised their voices, pleading for a stronger, more permanent security presence to protect their vulnerable borders from these roaming armed bands. The situation has always been delicate, requiring constant vigilance and extreme bravery from the security personnel assigned to protect the region. This brings us to the actual events of Friday, the 13th of March 2026, the real incident that inspired that exaggerated internet headline. On that quiet afternoon, around 2 p.m., a dedicated joint patrol team was out on the roads carrying out their routine duties to ensure the safety of the local population. This was not just a military convoy, it was a collaborative team consisting of highly trained military personnel and courageous local vigilante members who know the terrain perfectly. They were traveling in 2 vehicles, conducting a standard security patrol across the communities of Gaga, Kyaram, Gyambao, and were making their way toward Wanka. Their mission was simple but incredibly dangerous, which was to show a strong security presence, deter criminal activities, and assure the local farmers that they were protected. However, as they navigated the remote paths leading to Wanka, their convoy was suddenly and unexpectedly ambushed by a massive group of heavily armed attackers. These assailants, numbering in the hundreds, had strategically positioned themselves in the surrounding bushes, waiting for the patrol team to enter their trap. What followed was not a one-sided defeat as the internet rumors suggest, but a remarkably fierce and intense confrontation. The brave defenders of our nation did not back down. Caught in a highly coordinated ambush, the combined team of military officers and local vigilante members immediately engaged the attackers, returning fire with immense courage. During this heavy exchange, the security forces successfully neutralized several of the armed assailants, proving their high level of combat training and their unyielding dedication to protecting the land. However, in the course of this intense duty, a profound tragedy occurred. The sheer numbers and the element of surprise gave the attackers a temporary advantage. According to the verified statements released by the Kanam Development Association leadership, the nation lost incredibly brave men that afternoon. About 12 security personnel, which included 2 senior military commanders, alongside 8 dedicated local vigilante members, paid the supreme price. These men were heroes who stood their ground to defend innocent rural communities against overwhelming odds. The claim that 20 army personnel were wiped out by a specific number of attackers is a deliberate twisting of these highly sensitive numbers, ignoring the ultimate sacrifice made by the local community defenders who fought shoulder to shoulder with the military. As we continue to break down the verified facts of this ongoing security operation and expose the truth behind these sensational headlines, please take a quick moment right now to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your subscription is absolutely vital because it helps us cut through the dangerous internet noise and bring these deeply researched, highly accurate security updates to more citizens across the country. So make sure your notification bell is turned on so you never miss the real story. Now, the tragedy of that Friday did not end on the patrol route. Following the heavy confrontation with the security forces, the remaining attackers, likely frustrated by the strong resistance they faced, diverted their path and stormed into the nearby Kyaram community. Knowing that the patrol team had been temporarily delayed, they used that brief window to cause significant destruction. They looted properties worth millions of naira and rustled a massive number of cattle belonging to the local residents. For an agricultural community, the loss of livestock is an absolute economic devastation. It takes away their livelihood, their savings, and their ability to feed their families. This subsequent action by the attackers clearly highlights their true motives, which revolve around economic sabotage and the theft of valuable local resources. The response has been swift and highly decisive. The military command, operating under the newly rebranded Operation Enduring Peace, which was formerly known as Operation Safe Haven, has immediately mobilized heavy reinforcements to the Gaga axis. The Chief of Defense Staff and the General Officer commanding the 3 Division of the Nigerian Army have made it crystal clear that these border regions will not be surrendered to armed groups. Clearance operations are currently intensely underway, with troops actively tracking down the fleeing attackers and securing the vulnerable communities to prevent any further incidents. In the midst of these serious operations, military sources have also had to issue strong warnings regarding the dangerous spread of fake news. Some unverified images and completely false stories about the condition of the fallen soldiers have been circulating online, designed solely to create fear and lower the morale of the troops. The military has firmly debunked these false images, reminding the public that sharing unverified content only serves as free propaganda for the attackers. We must honor our fallen heroes by sharing only the truth and fully supporting the ongoing missions to restore order. At the highest level of the state, Governor Caleb Mutfwang has expressed deep concern and immense gratitude for the bravery of the fallen security personnel and vigilantes. The Plateau State Government released a powerful statement acknowledging the anxiety the incident has caused, but firmly assuring the residents that decisive steps are being taken to strengthen the security architecture of the entire area. The administration is working hand in hand with military intelligence to intensify continuous surveillance and establish a much stronger, permanent response presence across all the vulnerable border towns. In a deeply related and highly strategic move to address these exact types of local security challenges, the state government just inaugurated a special 14-member State Advisory Committee on State Policing early this March, led by a highly experienced retired Deputy Inspector General of Police. This committee is actively working on creating a workable framework for community-based policing. The goal is to legally and heavily equip local defenders, much like the brave vigilantes who fought in Kanam, so they can protect their own ancestral lands with full government backing and better resources. This tragic event serves as a powerful reminder of the heavy price paid for our national peace, but it also highlights the incredible resilience of the Nigerian spirit. The collaboration between the military and the local community members shows that the citizens are fully united in the fight against insecurity. As the federal government continues to pour trillions of naira into the defense budget this year to provide better technology, advanced weaponry, and improved welfare for the armed forces, we as everyday citizens also have a crucial role to play. We must remain highly vigilant, report any suspicious movements in our local areas directly to the authorities, and completely reject the culture of spreading sensational, fake headlines that only cause unnecessary panic. The brave men who lost their lives in Kanam forests did so to ensure that the rest of the nation can sleep in peace. We honor their memory by standing strong, supporting the ongoing military operations, and staying informed with verified factual reports.
We will continue to monitor the progress of Operation Enduring Peace in Plateau State and bring you the latest developments as the military works tirelessly to clear out those border regions. Until the next update, stay very safe, stay deeply informed, and always support the brave defenders of our great nation.